Hello and welcome everyone, I am Madals and this is another StarCraft 2 England cast. Today I have got a, best of one game. It is a ZvP and it is between ROOTslush, the blue Zerg player in the lower left, and ClassicRmrK, who is of course the red Protoss. And I'm guessing that's meant to be said Remark? I don't know, but I'm going to call him Remark anyway because I think that is what was meant. But who knows? Anyway, what have we got in store? Well, basically, being a ZvP, we're probably going to see a fast expansion out of the Protoss player. Pylon down here, full wall off, Nexus possibly first. I personally go Forge first on this map, but it's up to the individual. There goes the Pylon. Now, from Slush, we should see a 14 or 15 pull to be safe from cannons, into a relatively quick expansion, into a third base at 4 to 5 minutes. That would be ideal. Now, this third base is, I'm going to actually talk quite a bit about during this early game, because this is really where I think the focal point of this game, either winning or losing, will come from. Now, Remark is going to really focus all of his pressure on here, because the third base of the Zerg is always the vulnerability, and especially on Cloud Valley, you do have, Cloud Kingdom rather, you do have this entrance, and also a gap between the rocks there, so defending that many avenues of attack can be a bit difficult, and if most of your army comes over here, a Protoss can, well, happily throw down some force fields, and it can be really awkward. Your army can get split in half. But if Slush manages to hold it, then going into the mid and later game, it's actually quite a good map, because likewise the Protoss will struggle to hold this area, and the Zerg can quite comfortably expand to a fourth here and be really quite nicely defended. Also, there's these two expansions which are well out of the way, which many Zerg players will just take, because if the Protoss Death Ball has to move up to either of those, then a counter-attack or a Zergling run-by is very, very potent. Now, we do see here Remark doing a good job of denying the hatchery. That drone, desperately trying to kill it off, does manage to land down. That's good, it wasn't too delayed. The spawning pool nearly finishing up. Meanwhile, the Forge has already finished, the Nexus now on its way, so that Nexus was a little bit later than you would probably hope for. We've now got the wall off starting to build. Obviously that Overlord coming in, seeing that the Forge is already down, that instantly says that it was a Forge first build. And, well, everything is going pretty standard into the mid-game right now. There's nothing either player can do massively. Cannons is the only real option of something that could happen imminently, but I don't think that is very likely. So let me just say, if you like any of my casting, please subscribe to SC2 England, because I get new games up every single day of the week. Leave a cool comment below about the game, the player, or my casting, and like the video. That would just be awesome. Tell your friends, your family, your little brother, your older sister, your mum, your dad, your grandma. Does your grandma like StarCraft 2? Mine does, purely because I cast it. I don't think she has any clue what happens, but she watches when I do tournaments and stuff, and is like, I don't know what's happening, but it's awesome. Which is fine, you don't have to understand what's happening in the match. I'm sure some of you tuning in now are probably a bit confused about all of these units, but don't worry, just go with it. It is great fun. Pick up a copy of StarCraft 2 and just play. The worst that will happen is you'll get annihilated, until eventually the magical ladder system will realise that you are pretty terrible at the game and put you against someone who is more terrible, and then you'll win, and then you'll continue winning and losing at about 50% as you improve or get worse, basically. So it's all cool. Anyway, third base is down for Slush. We do have not much else going on. The only thing really notable is there's only 2 queens out for Slush. I'm a big fan of getting a creep queen, which basically means one queen which isn't basically stuck to a hatchery to inject all the time. Comes down, lays down creep tumors, spreads the creep across the map, which is such a useful tool, and really gets some good information and also helps with early defense. Meanwhile, we've got the Cyber, the Chronoboot's going down on the Stalker as well, and now the +1, I was actually just about to say, +1 hasn't gone down, which can be a bit of a telltale sign of something a bit out of the ordinary, but the +1 on its way, that opens up some good timings. A 2-base timing, which is very potent, of course, is the Immortal Sentry push, that really benefits from that +1 attack. Obviously, you could go for something like anywhere between about a 5 and 8 gate is plausible off of 2 bases as well for a lot of aggression to this third, which I still very much feel will be the focal point. Meanwhile, still only 2 queens, so an inject is going to be missed there. Not the best thing in the world. Another reason to get that creep spread only queen, because by that point in the game, you'd have a couple of creep tumors down, and you would miss the inject. Just saying. Also, queens don't take lava, so early game lava is a bit of a scarce resource, so if you're making units without them, it is good. Now, this is just so pretty. Look at all the gateways, but remarkable. Wow, that is a lot of gateways. What does that? That is 8, 9 gate? 9? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay, there's 9 gates there, plus 1 down here. When I said it was anywhere between a 5 and 8 gate, I don't think I've ever seen anybody ever get this many gateways off of 2 bases. This is insane. There's no gas, it's just going to be like mass zealot. Like literally every zealot is going to be going down right now, and this third base is just going to be completely attacked. But the roach warren is finished. Oh my god, Slush, all you've got to do is build some roaches and you'll be absolutely fine, because zealots are terrible against roaches, like so bad. Anyway, we should see a massive warp in. Pylons are coming down everywhere. Look at this. Look at all the zealots. 6 simultaneous morphs of zealots warping in. Should see some more soon as well. Look at them all finished. Chronoboos going down everywhere. In come the zealots. Ah! Run away, Slush. Slush, you don't have anything. Build more roaches. You need a lot more roaches. More. 7 is not enough. You need some more. The drones, don't make the drones fine. Oh dear, this is not going well. Remark, this is an incredible all-in, but once the roaches come, you've got to do a lot of damage before the roaches come in, otherwise you'll have problems. Send some zealots everywhere. Just like literally just spread them out. Some to the main, some to the natural, some to the third. Make sure you're killing all of them drones. Here come the roaches though. And well, what are the roaches going to be able to do? Well, actually, apparently the roaches are just getting really confused and surrounded by zealots. How many are even on the field? There's now 20 zealots. This is absolutely ridiculous, but it's working so well. There is very little that Slush can do right now. He's building spine crawlers, but spine crawlers really don't engage well at all against zealots. They're so good. But all these drones, oh dear. Oh dear. Only 9 workers killed. It seems like a lot more than that, but more zealots are warping in. This is not good. Zerglings, building Zerglings against this Slush probably isn't the best idea. Like, I know you don't have much other choice, but the Zerglings really won't help. These are +1 zealots, they're going to 2-shot Zerglings. The roaches need to try and kite as best they can. Here we go, but those, look at the Zerglings die. Oh, I almost feel bad for them. And well, this is probably the best angle to engage. Need to try and run away with those roaches. And again, if there was creep here, it'd be a bit easier because the speed bonus would really help in kiting these zealots. So again, it would also give you a bit more space to go. Now, I would actually try and engage in there. That'd be quite a good position to try and get that engagement going. We've got more zealots warping in. We've got more drones coming in. We do have the drones engaging the zealots as well, but this is very much over now. And Remark has won. Basically, it's just waiting for Slush to GG, because to be fair, it was quite a good strategy, and if the roaches were just out a bit sooner, if there was a bit of better micro on the roaches, if there was denial of the proxy pylon, it may not have worked, but against that many zealots, you just cannot win. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. It was a bit of a more unusual game, so, well, other 3 things to do. Subscribe, comment, like, and then flick over to my channel and watch some more videos. But if you've seen them all, I will see you tomorrow for another top level game. I'm Madals, and this was an SC2 England cast. Bye for now.